Welcome, everyone. Welcome to Purple and a Rose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight, we're going to go over the February transits. I am going to read for the collective, and I will offer some mini readings at the end. So come in, get comfortable. If you're catching me live, welcome. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much for watching my video. I do have a lot of information tonight, guys, so get comfortable, grab a water, stay hydrated. I see everybody is starting to come in. Please remember, we are multi-streaming tonight, so we're on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch at the same time. All right, I'm just going to pull my notes up. Guys, we will have cameras in just a little bit. We're going to talk about the astrology first, and then we're going to have 3 cameras tonight, so it should be fun, exciting. You'll be able to see the cards. So, yeah, welcome. Vanessa, first one in on Facebook. Welcome, welcome. All right, I'm going to go ahead and get my notes up while you guys are coming in. A lot to talk about tonight with February transits. As I'm going over the transits, I want you to notice the pickup in energy towards the end of February. Can you guys believe it is February 2026? I know, right? I feel like I'm in some weird time warp situation, right? Fast forward to the future. But we're gonna go over all the transits. I included the moon and of course all the planetary transits, but I want you to pay attention towards the end. That is where more of the hot dates are for those of you that are on this very specific type of spiritual awakening journey. Guys, please remember, lots of things can catapult your awakening, right? So there's different types of awakenings. Now, I do feel like we all have the same goal, right? We're all headed in the same direction. But I feel like we get there many, many different ways, right? And when you have a certain type of awakening, like for us, I like to call it the heart chakra awakening. A lot of people like to call it the twin flame awakening, right? When you have this type of awakening, of course, I feel like the steps in the process could be a little bit different than, let's say, someone who maybe experienced a bad car accident or maybe did, had like a drug overdose or something like that, right? So ours is a little special, right? It's very heart-centered type of spiritual awakening. And I just want you guys to notice the shift in energy as we get towards the end of the month. All right. Sherry says, no, I can't believe it. Miss Tina is with us. Welcome, Miss Tina. All right, let me get pulled up here. All right, guys, get your calendars out. Make sure you have your birth charts pulled up as well. And I'm going to give out some free rising signs for Uranus stationing direct, and that is today. It's happening right now. So make sure you have your birth charts with you, and I can tell you how that's going to impact you. And then, of course, you can circle your hot dates on your calendar as we work through the energy. I am going to start at the first of the month. I know that, when we go to read all 12 signs, we're going to be looking at the second week of February. Last Tuesday, we talked about the Leo full moon. So, guys, if you missed that information, Leo full moon was 2 days ago now. And we did talk about it. I'm sorry, not last Tuesday. We did talk about it on Tuesday. All right. Here we go, February 1st. So the Leo moon was opposite Mars in Aquarius. That definitely made it very impactful. Aquarius energy is very strong right now with all of those planets in Aquarius. But the full moon really showed us that we need to find more joy, creativity, more heart-centered energy at this time. And really, I was telling a friend of mine, I feel like, Leo is the sign of courage. So it's like the Leo full moon came in and was like, here's this extra boost of courage as you work through these first couple of weeks of February. We do have a new moon coming, and it is a solar eclipse, of course. And I do feel, again, like that's when this energy really shifts and picks up and becomes more inspiring and more exciting, to be perfectly honest. I feel like it's been, I would say, a solid 12 months of very challenging astrology. So I'm really excited to see it pick up a little. Okay, so on the 2nd, so this was yesterday, you could have felt a restless energy, this energy of wanting to like shake things up, decisions or like sudden leaps at this time. You really want to focus on innovative energy, improving one small practical detail in your routine at a time. All right. Last night, the moon did enter into Virgo. And that energy is more about shifting towards clarity and order. So your mind may have felt a little bit calmer last night, maybe even got a little bit better sleep than normal last night as well. Welcome, Tim. All right, and then today is the third, of course. And Uranus is stationing direct in Taurus. So this is a long period of internal review and unexpected pauses that we've been going through in our practical lives. So, like our finances, values, and routines. That long pause is now complete. So now we're seeing the green light. It's like very much back on this fast forward moving change, like I was expressing earlier, feeling like I'm in this time warp, right? So with the innovative planet and steady Taurus for only a few more months, it's our collective moment to really bravely update our security. So those who have been patiently adapting over the years may now find a breakthrough or unexpected reward solidifying at this time. It is time to put our revised plans into a more stable and tangible action. For me personally, I'm definitely sensing an uptick in our analytics for PLR. I think it's putting my face on the camera. If you hang around for a little bit, you'll be able to see me in just a moment. I definitely feel like that has changed things up. I don't know. I guess it lets people know that like I'm a real person and I have like eyeballs and a nose and a face, right? Um, I'm also getting ready to get my own space, my own little camper. This is something that I've been working on for, if you guys have been following me for any amount of time, it's been several years, right? Several years. So I'm really excited. It's almost here. I do have this energy of, you know how like when something good is happening or like it's on the way or it's almost here, you know what I mean? You know how you kind of like you're waiting for the rock to fall out of the sky type of energy. You're like, you know, what's the thing that's going to happen? I kind of got that feeling, but I think it's just because we've had so many hiccups with me being able to find my own space, right? I have found it pretty interesting where spirit has put me the last few years, and I gotta say I've enjoyed the time and the support. I'm so grateful for everyone who has taken care of me, right? But I'm definitely ready for my own space. So that very much is Uranus stationing direct, and that is occurring today. Now, remember, this energy will continue for quite some time. All right. So tomorrow, the 4th, the moon is going to be in Virgo. As I did moon transits and planet transits. So there are several. There's at least one every day. There is 28 days this month. So again, get your notes. You got your notes, right? Circle your calendar dates. Moon in Virgo trine Uranus in Taurus. I do want to mention that today, the 3rd, Uranus direct in Taurus, is a hot date. So for those of you that circle your hot dates, the 3rd would be considered a hot date. All right, on the 4th, Moon in Virgo, trine Uranus in Taurus. So this energy supports smart, practical upgrades. There's a harmonious flow between our attention to detail, which is Virgo, and our desire for breakthrough change, which is that Uranus energy. So use this clarity to willingly adjust a plan, system, or even a habit. It's a perfect day to edit your life, tweak what isn't working, and embrace a useful innovation. Small, precise action now can really create meaningful, stable progress. All right, everybody still with me? We made it to the 5th. All right, so February 5th. Melissa, welcome. On February 5th, Mercury in Aquarius is going to be square Uranus and Taurus. Our thoughts are buzzing with innovative, even radical ideas on the 5th. While the urge to immediately declare a sudden change is going to be strong, you're going to want to pause. Ground your brilliant flashes and solid facts. Do the research, listen to alternative views, and craft a smart plan. A sudden shift made today might need revision tomorrow. I would highlight a sudden shift made today might need revision tomorrow, February 5th. On February 5th, also the moon will enter Libra, so the focus will turn towards harmony, partnership, and beauty. And over the next few days, you're going to be collectively encouraged to seek balance in your relationships, your schedules, and your just surroundings in general. Make space for diplomacy and cooperation. Create more peace and fairness around you is going to be the surest path to inner calm. Right. On the 6th, we have Mercury entering Pisces. So our collective thinking becomes more intuitive, imaginative, and compassionate. Communication is going to flow with empathy, and it's going to make it more of this really beautiful time for creative projects and heart to heart connections. However, Mercury will soon slow down to retrograde here. It's going to be February 26th through March 20th. You can take a note of that. You really want to wisely use this initial phase to build in extra rest. Don't overschedule yourself at this time and really honor your need for quiet reflection. I feel like a lot of us are experiencing this energy already. It's really preparing a space for us to allow what's coming in the period ahead of us, right? It's making it so we're more insightful and not feeling so disrupted. All right, February 7th, the moon is going to be in Libra and it's going to trine Mercury in Aquarius. Divine timing, welcome. So on this day, February 7th, this is Collaborative Thinking Day. This is a graceful flow between our desire for balanced perspectives, which is Libra energy, and our innovative ideas, which is Aquarius energy. It's really an excellent time to research, discuss, or seek wise counsel. Share your thoughts openly and listen to others. The best solutions come through respectful dialogue. On the 7th, we also have the moon entering our very favorite Scorpio, right? So the emotional focus is going to deepen. And over the next few days, a collective undercurrent is going to invite you to really look honestly at something that requires resolution. Rather than avoiding intensity, you're going to want to lean into it with that, remember, courage. So address core issues now. That can help you clear the way for profound renewal and release. Right, February 8th. We have Venus in Aquarius and it's square Uranus and Taurus. Guys, make sure you're paying attention to the heavy hitters, the big planets, right? Because these are the ones that move slowly, and we have several making some not only just big transits. Guys, remember, many of these are first in our lifetime. Like we weren't here 250 years ago when Pluto was in Aquarius last, and that energy is impacting all these heavy planets. So understand that a lot of this energy is like you can even really go back and figure and look to see like when's the last time this happened, how did it work out? Because we've never experienced it before. So keep that in mind when we're talking about these big planets. Venus in Aquarius, square Uranus and Taurus, unexpected energy in your relationships, values, group dynamics. Someone may act out of character. Financial or social surprise could arise. Remember, when you're looking at Uranus, just put Uranus in your mind, that little equal sign, and surprise, exclamation mark, right? Remember, it doesn't always have to be a bad surprise, or you know what I mean? It could be good, it could be exciting. It doesn't necessarily have to be like scary or weird, right? But definitely could arise on the 8th. It's going to make you feel this urge to react. It could make you feel this urge to react defensively or force your own agenda. So instead, you're going to want to take a breath. The disruption is an opportunity to practice flexibility and see a new, perhaps more innovative way forward. Stability isn't found in rigidity, but in the ability to adapt wisely. All right. February 9th, we have the moon in Scorpio, and it's going to be opposite Uranus in Taurus. So this is deep and emotional. You're gonna feel a desire for sudden change. It's like deep emotion and your desire for sudden change or are at odds in an opposition, right? Impatience can surge on this day, February 9th, especially if you feel like progress has slowed down. So resist the urge to force any major breakdowns or breakthroughs. Instead, you're going to want to focus on the intense energy on one small, definitive action that you can take. So a quick, controlled release of energy can really steady your nerves on the night. It's also going to be the last quarter moon. It is in Scorpio, and this phase is going to invite a powerful collective purge. It is about reaching the emotional core of a situation and consciously releasing what's reached at the end. Again, that's because it's in Scorpio. So, hidden resentment, fear, outdated attachments, what can you let go of on February 9th? All right, let me grab a drink. Oh, Miss Tina found me some new hot chocolate. It is caramel, and I think it was salted caramel hot chocolate. Oh my goodness, absolutely delicious. All right, guys, we're about a third of the way through the transits. I know they still seem a little like, ooh, Rosa, when's it going to pick up? Okay, we're getting there, I promise. All right, on the 10th, Venus is going to enter Pisces. So love takes on a more gentle, compassionate, and really universal tone. I feel like this February 14th, this Valentine's Day, is really going to be unique. It's going to feel, I think, a lot more collective than we've probably experienced again before, right? Like once in our lifetime type of thing. But our collective heart, starting on the 10th with Venus moving into Pisces, is going to open wider. And that makes it easier for us to connect with empathy, kindness, and a sense of spiritual understanding. So it's a beautiful time to nurture existing bonds with tenderness and welcome new connections that feel really sincere, deeply sincere, or soulfully familiar. The moon will also enter Sagittarius on the 10th. So your emotional energy will shift towards optimism and exploration. And then over those next few days, you're going to be invited to lift your gaze from details and look at the horizon. What inspires you? Seek learning, adventure, and a broader perspective. Really embrace the bigger vision. On the 11th, as we move closer towards Valentine's Day, the moon is in Sagittarius and it's sextile Mars and Aquarius. So this is a spark of dynamic, forward-looking energy. Our inspired optimism, which is Sagittarius, is going to align perfectly with our drive for innovative action, which is Aquarius. It's a great day to champion an idea, start an adventurous project, or even motivate others with your genuine enthusiasm. Trust your vision and take the lead. Your positive energy is really going to be contagious on February 11th. All right, February 12th, we have the moon entering Capricorn. So the collective focus here is going to be more about turning towards structure, responsibility, and long term goals. So over those few days, you're going to be supported in reviewing your path, making practical adjustments, and committing to disciplined steps. It's going to be a time to ensure your foundations are solid and your ambitions are built to last. That's going to be that moon in Capricorn energy. Later that night, the moon in Capricorn is going to sextile Venus and Pisces. So this is really a supportive blend of the practical and compassionate. Discipline, which is Capricorn energy, is softened by the kindness of Pisces, and it's making it an ideal day to accept an offer of help, tangible assistance, wise advice, or maybe even just emotional support could flow smoothly on February 12th. All right, we're about halfway, guys, halfway through the transit. Everybody is still with me? I know, I'm putting you guys to sleep. I know, we're almost to the exciting part. Okay, February 13th, here's where it kind of starts. I don't even want to say kind of start because Saturn is moving into Aries. And this is huge. This is a huge transit, and it's going to impact us for the next several years. So huge, I'm stuttering over my words, right? um, but this is not even like of February. Like it gets better. So let's start. 13th. Saturn is going to enter Aries, and this is a major years long chapter beginning as Saturn, the planet of discipline and structure, is moving into the bold sign of Aries. How many of you are Aries like me? I have a lot of planets, including my sun sign, of course, in Aries. And collectively, we're being called, and this is everyone, whether your sun's in Aries or not. Collectively, we're all being called to build our futures with courage, initiative, and authentic self leadership. I want to read that one more time. Collectively, we're being called to build our futures with courage, initiative, and authentic self leadership. This is about learning to stand confidently in your own identity and take responsible action for what we truly want. It's a powerful time to start new adventures with maturity and grit. While the path is going to require integrity and may challenge our patience, the reward is genuine, self made progress. Let the steps forward brave or take the steps forward bravely and build a legacy that's aligned with your true self. All right, here it is. Are you guys ready? February 14th, the moon is in Capricorn and it's trine Uranus and Taurus. So this is a harmonious link and it's formed between the disciplined planets of Capricorn and our urge for breakthrough, which is Uranus. This is a day where a sudden insight can reveal a practical, workable step forward. Instead of resisting a new idea, see how it can be integrated into your existing structures. Innovation and stability can really work well together today. On the 14th, we have Mercury in Pisces. Our intuition and imagination is especially strong on this day. This is a beautiful time for creative work, passionate communication, and reflective thinking. You may find clarity emerges from quiet moments alone or through artistic expression. Trust the subtle insights that arise because they can help dissolve mental clutter and inspire your next meaningful step. You can support the 14th as a hard day. And the 13th, sorry, Saturn entering Aries, definitely a hot day. Right. On the 15th, we have the moon entering Aquarius. So this is collective focus blah, 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 turning towards the future, innovation, and greater good. So this is going to be a time to lean into your visionary side. What change or idea feels uniquely yours to contribute? Start mapping out the practical first steps to bring that future vision closer to reality. Also on the 15th, the moon in Aquarius is going to conjunct Pluto in Aquarius. Ready? Ding, ding, ding. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So this is passion for transformation, meeting the power to make it real. I'm going to say that one more time, really loud. Passion for transformation, meeting the power to make it real. So this intense energy is going to encourage us to take one clear, committed action toward a change that we deeply desire. Focus your willpower on a single. This concentrated effort can begin a powerful and positive reaction of evolution, both personally and collectively. And you can circle the 15th as a heartbeat. On the 16th, we have the Sun in Aquarius, square Uranus and Taurus. So, a strong collective urge to break free from any situation that feels stagnant or restrictive is going to be in the air. However, acting on a pure impulse could lead to instability. So the key is going to be to channel that rebellious energy into a smart, well planned strategy. Use the momentum to carefully dismantle any old ruts and build a new, more authentic structure in its place. Also, on the 16th, we have Mercury in Pisces and it's trying Jupiter in Cancer. So dreams and intuition are amplified under this very harmonious energy. It's a perfect time to let your imagination roam and envision a brighter, more nurturing future. I do recommend that everyone starts daydreaming. Start daydreaming about what you want your future to look like, not just in your personal life, but in the world altogether. What do you want the future to look like? Because Jupiter is like the karma bus, right? And Jupiter is making some big moves in 2026. So in the very near future, it is going to deal. Like we've been dealing with all this stuff. Thank you, Spirit. Did you see that catch? No cussing. um, but we've been dealing with all this stuff for several months now, right? Over a year. It's been going on for quite some time. Karma bus. Karma bus is on its way, and the karma bus has, you know how those buses have like the letters, the digital letters that run across the front that tell you like where that bus is going. You know what I'm talking about? This bus is called accountability. Accountability. So Jupiter 2026 accountability. It's going to come around and slap people in the face like you would not believe. And I am here for it. So here for it. And here's what I'll say about that. If you've been doing the work, if you've been healing yourself, if you've been getting up every single day, wait, how do you put it? If you've been getting up every single day and trying to be a better human than you were yesterday, I love it. Um, then the karma bus is going to bring you good things, right? It's going to bring you growth and excitement and good fortune and things bending in your favor, right? If you've been a taker, and you're not, here's a taker. But if you know takers, we all do, start watching how the karma bus is making the rounds with it. And I mean, we're gonna start to see it trickle in before the retrograde, and then when it really peaks, I mean, it's gonna be. I feel sorry for some people. I don't know, but again, I'm here for it. All right, so where were we? Strong collective energy to break free. Use the momentum to carefully dismantle. Mercury and Pisces trying Jupiter and Cancer is where we were. Dreams and intuition amplified. Have a heartfelt conversation. Journal your grandest ideas. And trust that your inner wisdom is pointing you towards genuine growth. Believe in the possibilities that feel true in your heart. That's why you're going to manifest by believing. All right. Next hot date is the 17th. The moon will be in Aquarius and it's going to be squaring Uranus and Taurus. Okay, squaring Uranus and Taurus. So the urge to radically break free from a stuck situation is going to be powerful. It's just not a strong enough word on February 17th. While the impulse might be to react suddenly, you're going to want to pause. This energy is best used for strategic liberation. Identify one specific practical constraint and brainstorm an innovative yet grounded solution. Real freedom often comes from a smart, deliberate push. I think the theme for the end of February, as the energy starts to pick up, and as the energy starts to become more inspiring, I think that we're going to feel this sense of urgency. It's going to be challenging, more than likely, to not not act reckless. It's definitely going to be like think things through energy, think things through. You can pause and think things through. It definitely, Diana, welcome. If you can pause, it definitely will give you a easier outcome, right? A better and easier outcome. All right, on the 17th, again, we have the Aquarius solar eclipse. So if I didn't tell you to circle the 17th, please do. As a hot date, this is going to be a powerful new beginning, a powerful collective new excuse me. All right. So this is the first eclipse in a fresh cycle of eclipses. Opening the door to the future very much, right? That Aquarius energy. Set intentions centered on hope, innovation, and community. What new chapter do you wish to start for yourself and the world? The seeds planted right now can grow and evolve over the coming years. So embrace progressive change. The future is being rewritten right now. That is the Aquarius solar eclipse. And of course, we're going to talk more about that energy as that date gets closer. All right. So later that night, the moon will enter Pisces, and that's going to be an emotional energy. It's going to soften and help you turn inwards over that period of time. You're going to be collectively encouraged to connect with your intuition, compassion, and creativity. In the wake of the recent changes, the forward momentum is going to, or and the forward momentum, it's going to give you a time of quiet reflection. A time in nature could help you, it can be helpful at this time. It can definitely help provide essential guidance that could be needed at this time. You're going to want to trust the subtle feelings and insights that arise around this eclipse energy. They are your inner compass. It is helping you navigate. Right. On the 18th, the sun is going to enter Pisces. As we are almost finished, we are in the last part of the last third of the transits. Again, I know there are so many. I did put them on the screen, so if anybody wants to screenshot and save them for later, go over them later, check a certain date. All right. On the 19th, the moon is going to enter Aries. Wrong. On the 18th, the sun is going to enter Pisces, and Pisces season is going to begin. And this is going to mark a collective shift towards intuition, compassion, and imagination. It's going to be a month to honor your inner world through daydreaming, meditation, quiet reflection. Connect gently with yourself, naturally become more understanding and supportive of those around us. This energy will help us embrace the flow. It's going to be a time for healing, inspiration, and heartfelt connection. You can definitely circle the 18th as. All right, now the 19th, you can also circle as a hot date. The moon is entering Aries. I hope everyone is paying attention to all the hot dates. In case anybody is wondering what those are, and those are periods of connection. Periods of connection. You are on this very specific type of spiritual awakening journey. So the moon entering Aries on the 19th is an emotional atmosphere. It's going to charge up. You're going to feel this initiative, a call to action type of energy. And over that period of time, everyone's going to be encouraged to step out of the background and take the lead on something that really matters to you. So trust your instincts to start fresh and move forward with confidence. On the 19th, when the moon is in Aries, it will conjunct Saturn and Aries. So this directly highlights the new Saturn and Aries transit. It's a moment to get serious about your personal goals and direction. Where do you want to go? What first steps require your courage and commitment? This energy supports us in taking disciplined, responsible action to build a foundation for the future that we envision. Start with integrity. Right, on the 20th, yet another hot date. We have Saturn in Aries conjunct Neptune in Aries. So this is monumental moment of convergence between structure and vision, discipline and dream. Collectively, we're being asked to build the future that we've imagined. It's time to ground our most hopeful inspirations with courageous action. So, how can you take a personal dream or spiritual insight and give it a tangible form? The path forward requires both practical steps and faith. So, start something real and that honors both your responsibilities and your soul's calling. Do you guys see the theme here? Do you see how the astrology is literally helping us manifest the spiritual reality that we've been creating through our spiritual awakening? And it's happening right now. Before, it was just all in our minds, all in our thoughts, all in the 5D, right? And now it's coming out into grounded 3D, practical, in our face energy. I'm again here for it. All right, on the 21st, the moon will be in Aries. It's gonna sextile Mars in Aquarius. Um, I mean, you can circle it as a hot day. Why not, right? Your personal drive and forward momentum, which is Aries energy, is really aligning beautifully with innovative collective action. That's Aquarius energy. It's a day of high energy and inspired, innovative energy. You want to stay focused. So harness the motivational surge and take clear, decisive steps. What you start on this date, the February 21st, Moon in Aries, sextile Mars and Aquarius. what you start with this energy can really gain quick and intelligent support. All right, on the 21st, the moon will enter Taurus, and the pace is going to slow down a little bit, especially coming from Aries. This is going to invite you to focus on stability and sensory grounding. Over those few days, you're going to strengthen your foundation financially, physically, and emotionally. You're going to want to tend to your resources and create tangible security. This is deliberate calm, and it's going to help you provide essential support for the dynamic shifts that are coming. It's just going to keep building up. We're on the 22nd, guys, and it's just going to keep going, okay? So 22nd, Venus is in Pisces, and it is trying Jupiter in Cancer. You can, again, circle, highlight, distinct on your calendar as a hot date. This is a wave of warmth and compassion. This is good feeling. It's going to flow through our connections on this day. This is a beautiful time to reach out, share kindness, and appreciate the people who you feel like home. Luck often comes through sincere heart connection, so nurture your bonds, express your care, be open to receiving support. Simple moments of togetherness can bring unexpected joy and a sense of abundant love. On the 23rd, again, highlight circle moon in Taurus conjunct Uranus in Taurus. So this is going to be a sudden need for change, and it can ripple through our sense of stability. So instead of upending everything, focus on making one small, tangible adjustment to your routine, your environment, or a practical. A swift, contained update can satisfy the urge for progress without overwhelming your foundation at this time. Then the moon will move into Gemini. This is mental energy and it's going to quicken. So, over these next few days, you're going to be encouraged to think, plan, and communicate. Sketch out your ideas and schedules for the coming weeks, but draft them in pencil because you're going to want to stay curious but adaptable, leaving generous room for adjustments. And that's going to allow you to incorporate new information and opportunities with ease. It's going to be really important, guys. Triple circle. All right, on the 24th, we have the moon in Gemini, and it's going to be trine Pluto in Aquarius. Sherry, welcome. Okay, so this is a curious mind, and you can uncover some powerful truths on the 24th. The energy supports deep research, asking probing questions, or having a transformative conversation. So seek core information that you need. Understanding the why behind your situation could give you the clarity to improve it with confidence. You also have the first quarter moon in Gemini. So, amid the larger shifts of eclipse season, this phase is going to call for agile adjustments. Over the next week, stay open to revisiting plans, integrating new information, and viewing situations from a different angle. Flexibility is going to be your greatest asset. So, adapt your ideas as needed and let your strategy evolve. Right. On the 25th, we have Moon in Gemini. It's going to be trying Mars in Aquarius. So your mind is sharp, quick, and eager to connect with ideas on this day. It is a burst of energetic curiosity, perfect for making swift progress on a project that you're excited about. Share your thoughts, collaborate, take a series of small, decisive action. Momentum is going to be on your side on this day, so use this dynamic flow to advance something important before the pace shifts. Twin flames, extra caution will be needed on this day. We need to remember that we are not meant to repeat cycles. Um, no one can be the same person. We must all have grown and gained wisdom in order to be able to proceed forward together. And I don't know how else to say that other than to remind you that Saturn and Pluto will make sure of that. All right, on the 26th, you can circle this as a hot date as well. Mercury retrograde in Pisces will begin. Are you guys ready? I can't believe I'm not stuttering more than I am. So, as Mercury slows to retrograde in the sign of true Pisces, our usual clarity may soften. Communication, schedules, details could feel fuzzy. You guys know Mercury retrograde. So, rather than fighting the flow, see this as an invitation to pause, reflect, and revisit plans with compassion. Prioritize rest and protect your energy. This period is ideal for releasing old emotional patterns and listening deeply to your inner wisdom. All right. Also on the 26th, we have the moon entering Cancer. So nurturing and emotional sensitivity come to the fore with this energy. Mercury retrograde beginning, feelings may be closer to the surface as well. So over these next few days, be really gentle with yourself and others. Focus on creating security, offering kindness, and tending to your emotional well-being. A little care is going to go a long way. All right, almost there. On the 27th, Mars in Aquarius, and it's going to be square Uranus in Taurus. So Mars in Aquarius, square Uranus in Taurus. It's a surge of rebellious, impatient energy, and it's going to run through the collective. So the urge to make sudden break or act on an impulse is going to be strong, right? I feel like we felt that several days towards the end of February. And again, we're going to want to stay calm, be patient, and not be reckless at this time. Consciously direct the powerful spark towards a project or situation that has felt stuck. Apply innovative pressure to one stubborn spot that's focused. That focus force can definitely create a breakthrough momentum that you've been seeking without causing unnecessary disruption. You can circle the 27th as a hard date. All right, and then here it is, the 28th. We have Mercury in Pisces, and it's conjunct Venus in Pisces. On my own notes, I always highlight, I type everything out, right? I use Canva. I highlight the hot dates to help me remember to remind you guys that we have hot dates, right? Vanessa joining us on YouTube. Welcome. And I highlight them normally in purple. Purple is clearly my color, right? And for this particular one, I highlighted in red. Highlighted in red. I feel that I want to warn us that many of us, um, again, experiencing this type of spiritual awakening journey, uh, could be being tested at this time. When it comes to, that's another thing about Jupiter, is also about repeated cycles. And so, again, I just want to remind you as I tell you about the last day of February that it's going to be important that you understand that I'm not saying to let go of people or walk away from people. If you need to, you already know at this point, um, because Spirit's been having us, protect our energy, right? But what I will say is that the ones going forward with you have to have grown as much as you have. We are not the same today that we were yesterday. We're not the same today that we were 6 months ago. We're not the same today that we were a year ago. We're not the same people today that started this spiritual awakening journey. That's something that Spirit has been showing me about my own journey and my own counterpart. Not the same people that we were at all. And that is needed. You don't want to stay the same. Life is about growth. Life is about moving forward. Life is about learning new wisdom, gaining new knowledge, right? So if those people are around you, those people will go with you. But people that are stagnant or stuck or not reaching your level, we're no longer allowed to take them with us. We can no longer turn around and go back to pick them up. You guys understand? All right, so here it is. Ready? On the 28th, Mercury in Pisces conjunct Venus in Pisces. Communication is softened by compassion and empathy. This retrograde conjunction offers a heartfelt chance to revisit an important conversation or to express something beautiful that was left unsaid. Listen and speak with kindness. This is a moment for emotional clarity and deeper connection. Also, on the 28th, the moon will enter Leo, and this is going to give us a collective focus that will shift more towards joy, creativity, and heartfelt expression. Over the next few days, prioritize what makes you feel truly alive, whether through play, creation, or time with loved ones. Remember to embrace and share your spark. Your joy is a gift to yourself and to the world. as that is going to be the February 2026 astrology transits. I hope that was helpful. I know it was super, super long. All right, let me get the cameras rolling. I am going to do a collective reading next. We're going to check in with the masculine and the feminine, and then I will um, offer some mini readings at the end. Hold on, just getting myself situated. Look at me on the camera. I was telling Diana, I'm getting better. I'm getting better. I don't know what number this is. Like, I don't know what, uh, you know how they say do 100 lives and then you'll get more comfortable. I don't know what number this is with my face on the camera, but it is getting a little better. I'm getting to where I hear a little less. I say that as I keep messing with my hair. That was a load of transits, Sherry says it was. It feels like a lot more because I included the moon transits as well. I don't always do that every month. So if they're quick and easy, like we move through them quick and easy, it's going to be because I didn't include all the moon transits. I love you, Sherry. All right, let's do a quick collective. Can you guys see cards? Top left camera. Yay. And really, Rosa, why don't you put that light in your face? The ring light. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do it. I'm at that age, and I'm just not. Um, I don't need any help being hot. You know what I'm saying? And sweaty. And it's like I don't want the light in my face. Um, yeah, I just don't know. I need to find like I seen one reader had uh like a golden light, you know, instead of like the LED white, bright, hot ass light. I didn't mean to say that. All right. Energy Oracle, keeping it easy cheesy tonight. Let's look at. There we go. So that masculine energy first. We have third chakra, Archangel Camille. That's your solar plexus chakra for the masculine energy. That is where you keep your personal power. We have angel of balance coming out for divine feminine. Feet coming out for bridging energy. Are you keeping something from each other, or are we lying to ourselves about something? Bottom of the deck, we have storm warning. So storm warning does say that the path is being cleared. Path is being cleared. All right, let's dive into it. Who brought their birth charts? After the collective. So today's the 3rd, right? We're live streaming today, February 3rd. And today is the day that Uranus is stationing direct. So if you brought your charts, I'll tell you what that means. Okay, let's look at the third chakra, Archangel. All right, so we have Eight of Cups coming out for the Divine Masculine, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It is about walking away from something. It is about leaving something behind. Unfortunately, it's not one of my favorite cards, the Eight of Cups. A lot of times people don't really, it also shows the eclipse. I want to point out it's the only card in tarot that shows you the eclipse. So there is this energy of needing to leave something, and it's something that are highly invested in, something you put a lot of emotion and feelings into. I'm going to share, here we go. Notice how I said that because it was spirit, right? And then I was like, wait a minute, we're sharing what? And this is why I'm not a fan of the camera because I swear my facial expressions are echoey. All right, let me try. We can change. All right, let me know if you can still put it over the camera. I think sometimes the camera gets a little echoey. Okay, ready? Vulnerability moment. So, you know how this is my awakening, right? I'm having a spiritual awakening. That's what we're all doing here, right? Hi. And I'm just sharing it, right, with everyone. That is what Spirit told me to do. When I was coming out of my dark night of the soul, I was definitely guided. Like I didn't know how to live stream or be on social media or anything like that. And guided daily, like when I'm making thumbnails, when I'm making videos, when I'm doing all the things, guided daily. When I started my journey, I learned about, there's a lot of words that are used in spiritual awakening. And then of course, depending on, let me know if the sound got better, Vanessa. Depending on, the journey that you're on, you're getting a lot of information and you're having a lot of experiences all at the same time. And I do feel that as you work through your journey, there could be things that you look back on and you're like, oh, I thought it was this way, right? Like I thought that I was going to do this thing this way. And then you realize that it's not that things are different. God is smarter. I don't know what to say about that. Let me get a sound check, ladies. I do got a sound notification over on YouTube. Still a little echoey. Spirit says I'm getting distracted. Okay. So remember when I started my journey, I was like, I don't believe in walk-ins and I don't believe in like I would get really upset when people were like, oh, that's my twin flame, or that's my twin flame, or that person, or this new person that I met. And it was like driving me crazy. I was like, why is everybody like, it's one person. There's only one. It's one person that wakes you up. And that is a true statement. There is only one person that wakes you up. They're called so many things. I don't know. It's not really a lot more I can do. All right, I changed it. Last option that I have. So hopefully that is a little better. Let me know. Both. We're doing both tonight. All right. Is it better now? I just changed it over, Sherry. Let me know. All right. So my belief system on walk-ins and catalysts, and what else do they call them? False twins. You know what I'm saying? I didn't believe in false twins because I thought that there's only one, right? And there is only one. There's only one person that wakes you up. So it's not like you meet someone and you're like, oh, this is my twin flame. They caused me to have a spiritual awakening. And then you meet someone else and you're like, oh, no, wait, I was wrong. That was a false twin. And this is my real. No, you only wake up one time. Like, you're living your life and you're not very spiritual, and then you wake up and now your life is completely freaking different, right? You're going through spiritual awakening. So only one person, I still believe that wholeheartedly, wakes you up. Um, but can I really honestly discuss walk-ins? No, no. I didn't like the idea of walk-ins because it made it feel like it was a replacement, or it made it feel like, um, they say, we all have free will, and walk-ins happen when the person chooses their free will. So it makes it sound like that person's never going to heal and they're always going to, be unawakened. And I just know that that's like, in my own journey, I know that that's not true. Um, so walk-ins are described as people that align with you to your journey. So someone wakes you up and then they go about their business. And then you go through dark night of the soul, all the things, right? All the steps. You start following your purpose and you start healing yourself, mind, body, and soul, right? And then you come into alignment with someone who is at the same healed version as you. Does that make sense? Some people call that a walk-in because they say that that relationship is so powerful because that person is also going through an awakening, right? That person is at the same level of awakening, ascension, healing. It's ascension that you are, right? And then it's not that they're your twin flame and the other person wasn't. One person catapulted your awakening and one person aligned with your soul. Does that make sense? So that is something that I am learning, um, just in the last several weeks. So definitely having to release this idea or belief system that I had. One, remember, I have my sun in Aries, Mars is in Aries, my Mercury is in Aries. I am definitely one of those people that I'm like, I'm right. Like I'm right. And a lot of times I am. Okay, I take great effort to not be wrong, but it happens, right? Nobody's perfect. But Aries definitely could be one that thinks that they are and that they're always right. That could definitely be an issue for Aries people, right? But for the masculine energy, it does feel like you're leaving something that you put a lot of energy into. You were committed to whatever that feeling was. And I do believe that it's a feeling, a belief system. I don't think it was like it's not a pinnacle. It's not something that like you had. I don't think it's a person that you're walking away from at all. I believe that it's a belief system. And then I don't know if you guys remember, I try to like remind everybody all the time. I don't remember what the channel, what the lady, I can't remember, who was on the tip of my tongue. It doesn't matter. Anyway, we had this one tarot come in and let us know that the Eight of Cups is about walking away from something, yes, but it's also they're walking towards their Two of Cups because remember the goal is 10 cups, right? So they have the eight and they're going towards the two, and the idea is that they're going towards their Two of Cups. Two of Cups is soulmate. It's whoever. It's I don't know why. It's like I want to say honest energy, but it is honest because both energies want the same thing. Does that make sense? All right. Let's look at the Feminine energy is angel of balance. I feel like spirit's been making me balance everything, even my hormones. It's been fierce. I have another lab appointment tomorrow. Queen of Cups comes out. So Queen of Cups is divine feminine energy. It is my clue card for divine feminine. Um, it is about pouring into yourself, taking care of yourself, self-care, self-nurturing, self-healing, that type of energy. Um, the masculine could be lying to themselves about needing to leave something in the past, like needing to leave a belief system in the past. And the feminine could be lying to herself about not needing any self care, um, like not uh, giving yourself enough rest. Um, okay, so spirit is showing me like myself for an example. I was sleeping like 4 hours a night for quite some time. Um, and honestly, I don't know. I just got up and kept going. I mean, I had to be at work. I had stuff to do. So it was like I didn't really have the choice of like, 4 hours is enough. I want to go back to bed. It was like, no, I have to get up. I have to go. So I just got up and went and I was running on 4 hours of sleep. And it just kept going like that for quite some time. And then even, maybe 4 or 5 hours, but it was like split up. Like I would sleep for like 2.5 hours, and then I would get up for like an hour, hour and a half, and then I would again sleep for like another 2 hours, something like this, right? So it was real broke up sleep. It wasn't like resting. I didn't feel rested when I got up, and then I got to this like really strong burnout stage. I do feel like I'm finally just at the very very peak of coming out of burnout energy. Um, I recently started sleeping better. And I do feel that it is because spirit kept telling me to protect my energy, which I did start to do. It didn't happen overnight. Like it wasn't like the first day that I was like, oh, I'm gonna protect my energy and I'm gonna just, spend time on my own and I'm gonna do whatever um that like it shifted or it changed. I was still sleeping the 4 hours. It still took some time to like adjust to get to like where I needed to be. Now I'm more at like 6 hours, sometimes even more than that. And it is like a deeper, more like rested, um, uh, I don't know, like deeper sleep. I will say I'm dreaming more as well. I'm not a big fan of dreaming. But um there's something that you're not doing enough because angel of balance is like moderation. You're either doing something too much or you're not doing it enough. Spirit's not going to be like, oh, you're lying to yourself about not giving yourself enough something. I think you're lying to yourself and you're telling yourself that you do have enough. Like, oh, 5 hours is enough. That's good. I'm good with that. No, no, it's not. Or maybe it's even like, maybe you took like a day to yourself, or maybe you're journaling like a day to yourself, and you're like, "That's enough. I don't need to journal anymore." And spirit's like, "No, you need to be doing this every day." You see what I'm trying to say? Like, there's something like that that is coming up. All right, let's see if we can get a little bit more detail. The water sign is strong tonight with the Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Let's see what comes out for the bridging energy. Okay, so remember the bridging energy is the current spiritual lesson. So it's what we're currently, everybody, right, on this type of spiritual awakening journey learning right now. And we're learning that like we have to be authentic. We have to be there's something about integrity as well. We heard that a lot through the transits, right? But there's something about, like, just showing your true self, like, stop hiding who you are, um, clear the mind, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, just move the curtain, just step out on the stage, just do the dang thing, right? Look at that. Six of Cups is Six of Cups is nostalgia. It is a gift. It is, and I do feel like that's what's happening. We're being given a gift. But I do want to point out that it's also reunion energy. It's also reunion energy. So I feel like that, all the transits that we went over, like that comes into play with energy like Six of Cups energy, right? All right, so Ace of Wands is fate, destiny. Um, we're here. Ooh, the goosebumps. We have arrived here. um, and it is. It's new, passionate action. It is fated, destined energy. It's very much, I hope you can see it. Um, it's very much spirit. Spirit has opened the curtain, pulled us out onto the stage, gave us the tools, the courage, the power that was needed, right? I wanna watch a magic trick now. Is it glitching again? No. Alright, spirit. We made internet. We could at least get clear sound. Let me know that we still have sound because I changed it again. Alright, so we have this little trick we've learned over here. I shouldn't say stuff like that. We don't do any tricks over here. um, but I have this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what guidance card either. But I've been using the Tree of Life Oracle, and I've noticed that. And I mean, I feel like we could probably go back to all the collective readings, and this has probably always happened, and I just started paying attention. I don't know. But I've noticed that Spirit wraps the collective reading, sweet, thank you, like all up in the guidance card. So I thought that was pretty cool, pretty interesting. So let's see if it happens again. The Bark card comes out. That's it, I hear. The Woman card is on the bottom. All right, the Bark card is protection. It says protection, appearances, superficiality, nourishment, lack of respect, threats, and vulnerability. All right. When you draw the Tree of Life Bark card, you're being noticed and have a prominent presence at this time. You're being guided to pay attention to your sense of surroundings and how you project yourself outwardly in your environment. You make an impression and it's powerful. When drawing this card, it's important to be aware of protecting yourself from toxins in the atmosphere, but without being too thin skinned. Sensitivity is a good thing. We're greatly affected by whatever is around you. This heightened sense of intuitive and physical awareness is there to support you, to clue you into your responses to places, people, and things. Notice how you nourish yourself. Is what you eat something that gives you essential nutrients or takes away from your body? Does your skin let you know that you're allowing harshness in? Mine does. When a person has an allergic reaction and they break out in hives, is it a signal to get away from something? When people are exposed to things that they do not like. They say, it gives me the heebie jeebies, or that person was all over me like a bad rash. Tree of Life Bark card asks you to honor what your instincts tell you. Ask you, or if you feel your space is invaded in any way, Or are you having a bad reaction to something? Take care to evaluate your situation. It may be negative energy that is being sent your way and you've picked up on it. So deflect it away without being overly defensive by knowing your limits and your sensitivities and trusting. See and feel bark as it surrounds and keeps you safe. It is your foremost layer of protection and will keep you from harm. Without bark, how could a tree survive? Without having a defense system, how could you survive? It's easy to be stripped of vital energy. Look at that. Third chakra, vital energy. So, Tree of Life Bark card guides you to acknowledge that you're responsible for yourself and others, and others are responsible for themselves. Like trees, we each have our very own presence. Develop your protective layer on your own. Nobody else can give you that but yourself. Likewise, others cannot expect you to constantly defend them. I'm in trouble. They have to learn this themselves. Be safe. Give yourself respect as you respect the boundaries of others. Tree of Life Bark card also asks you to look beyond the surface impressions and see what is beneath the outer layer of self and others. Are you concerned or consumed with your appearance and focusing on that more than your inner well-being? And trouble again. Are you showing only what you want to others to see or only seeing a superficial presentation that others give? Do not be afraid to look beyond the surface of people and situations in order to see what is truly there. Tree of Life Bark card encourages you to see beyond the immediate and obvious. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. That is going to be the collective. I hope that was helpful. Thursday night, when I do all 12 signs, I'm going to come out here in my pajamas, no makeup. I'm just going to pull my hair up in that bun where my hair sticks up out of the top of my head. I'm going to wear my glasses. I'm just kidding, y'all. I'm not doing it. Spirit already knows. He made me. All right, let me clean up and we'll get a list going. I am going to offer some mini readings. Let me get a drink really quickly. I know, I do too. I do too. Okay, so let's see. Tonight I'm doing general guidance. I'll pull a power of love activation for you. I'm also offering a message from the person and have it if anyone is interested. We do have a special reading tonight. It is February, so love is here. So I do have a special reading, your next romance. It's all going to be about signs. So I'm going to look at what sign, what's the zodiac sign of your next romance? What do they look like? What are their intentions? How will you know when they're coming? What signs will the universe send you? And then, of course, guidance what you need to do. If anybody wants to do a transit chart where we look at your chart. So with this reading alone, with this hero reading, I can tell you the who in your next romance and the what. So what is their intention? If we pull up your chart for an additional energy, I can tell you the where you need to be to find this romance, right? So that information should be on your screen. Guys, links for energy exchange readings are in the description box. Of course, Twin Flame reading is always available. I'm also doing the next 12 months. I will move on until January 2027. If anyone is interested in that, please let me know in the chat. And of course, all energy exchange paid readings do go first. Oh my goodness, it's so frustrating. All right, let me push some buttons. Let me see what I can do. Microphone changed to communication, streaming camera. Let me know. Does it sound a little better? Is it still a little spotty? Let me know. Is it still going in and out? I don't know. Sometimes I wonder, is it just me? Like, did I just stop talking mid-sentence? I mean, it's possible, you guys. It's possible. I hope then we can keep going. Let me know if it clears up, guys. All right, Sherry would like a general guidance. Vanessa would like a message from her person. Tim says the sound is a little better. Sweet. Maybe I picked the right one this time. Divine timing. Let me know. Let me know. Tim, let me know. Let me know. I'm gonna start with Sherry. Good. Sweet. I'm glad it's clearing up. Ooh, we're already an hour in. That was a lot. I'm getting better about not rushing. That's something, right? All right, I'm drinking my water. I'm puffing on my puffer. I'm getting ready. It most likely is. Miss Tina has a regular AT&T internet. You guys are used to me having the what's it called with the line buried in the ground. The newer, fancier internet. So most likely it is good. Hopefully it fixes itself and clears up. But we can always 3 different mics, so we can always swap around and see how it goes. No problem. Melissa, welcome. All right, I'm gonna start with Sherry. And we're going to do general guidance. And since we're doing general guidance, I'm just going to look for just the energy of the month of February. The fiber optic, thank you, Tim. The energy, the month of February. So that's the general guidance you're getting for the energy for the month of February. Yes, I feel like the fiber optic has followed me everywhere I went, literally, everywhere I moved. And I'm actually just visiting here at Miss Tina's. She did some carpal tunnel surgery, and I came to hang out and be her left hand, right? And in a couple of weeks, I'm going to be her right hand man. She's doing both arms, right? So a little bit going on before I do get to my own space. It's my birthday, February 20th. Happy birthday, February 20th. All right. Ooh, what happened? You gotta share. Today was rough. Energies have been crazy today. Ooh, you gotta share. Did it feel like it went to a boiling point? Like it peaked and then spilled over? And did you have to face something that you've been putting off or maybe felt like you didn't have the courage to do? Did you have to find that courage and like face something today? Mine was admitting to walk-ins. All right, here we go, Sherry. Okay, here we go. Things were good, then bad, really fast. Uranus. Uranus. It is the planet of shock, surprise. Um, It's actually not necessarily fast. I mean, it is fast moving energy, honestly. But it's a bigger planet, so it's a slower moving energy, but uh, it's like sudden burst. So it could be like shocking bursts. You know what I mean? All right, here we go, Sherry, for the entire month of February. Cause and effect. All right, it says you are aware of the love that you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. You are aware that the love you create in your thoughts is an agent of change and the foundation of your results. I got a message, but it was so generic. All right, let's pull it. I know. I said one card. I never do the one card. There's no such thing. All right, communication. Now I'm in trouble for not listening. Okay, so um, I feel like for you, it's we talk about it a lot about the speaking your truth or standing up for yourself energy. I do feel like you've gotten better about that. In the month of February, what's going to happen, Sherry? Are you ready? You're going to see several opportunities for the cause and effect. You're going to see several opportunities where you either are going to speak up and stand up for yourself and speak your truth, like how you feel and what it is that you actually want. This is very opposite of walking on eggshells and people pleasing energy. It's very opposite of that. So it's crushing the shells. It's speaking loudly. Okay. So you're going to see several opportunities throughout the month of February. And then the cause and effect here is that if you decide at one point and someone is saying something and you need to clarify or you need to give them clarity or you need to give them understanding of how you feel or what you're thinking and you don't, then you're going to see and then you'll get an opportunity where you do, right? So this month you're going to see what happens when you don't and what happens when you do. All right, I hope that was helpful. All right, Vanessa. Vanessa wants message from her person. You're like an angel that came into my life to heal and nurture me. Spirit told me to read that to you and remind you that you recently got that card. I don't know. All right, Vanessa, say thank you. Did you recently get that card? You make me feel like a kid again. You make me feel like a kid again. Mm, is this someone who's younger? This is someone you've been in an intimate relationship with. I keep forgetting that it cuts my face off. Oh well, that's fine. This is someone that you maybe you feel like this person is a little immature. Ooh, hold on. Um, In the collective, when I was talking about people that are going to go with us and people that are not allowed to go with us, you're going to see, are you ready, Vanessa? You're going to see someone around you pick up the speed, pick up the speed, um, catch up, um, to align, coming to alignment. And this is not someone that was aligned before. The kid energy, this is someone who you thought was immature before. And maybe there's some emotional immaturity. Maybe there's some, I don't know how to regulate myself, so I look towards you to help me do that. So I feel like you're like, no, not that person. But yeah, that person. And I think it's going to shock you to see the level of catching up, the level of, and I don't know. I don't know if this is like just their maturity or does this also come with like knowledge and wisdom? Are they taking their, like, are they awake and are they taking it, their awakening seriously? It's giving all of that. It's giving all of that. Bottom of the deck, I love that I can be myself around you. All right, I'm going to leave it there. I hope that was helpful. All right, guys, are we doing one for Melissa? Let me know. Let me know. Thursday night, I'm gonna be back. We're gonna do all 12 signs. If you can come watch me live, that is awesome. I do feel that the energies are much more, I don't know, intense, accurate when you're watching live, right? But if you can't watch live, it's okay. I do take timestamps, and we'll put the timestamps in, of course, immediately following the live stream. If you're looking for Leo full moon energy, thank you, Vanessa. That live stream is over on my YouTube channel under the live tab. So you can find that information there. That energy is still very, very potent, especially with Uranus. With Uranus going direct today, it's just making that energy extra potent, right? All right, Melissa, are we doing general guidance? Is that what it was? I almost picked up the energy oracle. Now I gotta know. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. Did any of the cards in the collective like really stick out to you strongly? Like solar plexus chakra, your solar plexus is about 2 inches above the belly button. So if you guys are wondering, that chakra 2 inches above the belly button, it's where we hold our personal power. Um, you could be calling your power back to you. You could be giving your power away. I think that's it. Oh, can you see it? So you got rest and rejuvenation. It's number 19. You probably, I feel like you may have related with both of the cards, the masculine and the feminine. Remember, we all have masculine and feminine energies within. So you may have felt like they both were relatable because I think the energy of rest more. You're telling yourself it's enough, and it's not. You need to. It's easy for us to do for others, right? Like we're constantly pouring from our cup of love for others, right? It's challenging for us to realize, like, oh crap, my cup is empty now, and now I'm depleted, and now I'm just pouring my depletion out, right? Um, I'm sensing a little bit of burnout energy, and it is this feeling of you're like, when am I going to start to come out of this, or when am I going to feel more inspired, or when am I going to have more energy? One, pay attention to that Aries new moon. We're still at the end of closing out the cycle. We just had the full moon, the last full moon for like the snake year, right? It's the horse year is now, right, coming next. So we're in this transitional period, like closing out winter, moving into spring, closing out the old, moving into the new. So you still want to be more patient with yourself at this time. So even if it's been like a downtime for you and you're like, but I've rested and I've been taking care of me more, it still needed more. Something could be around you. And remember, for the masculine, it was just like a belief. It was just a like an idea, something that they had invested there a lot of emotion in. Okay, but something could be around you that could be like it's giving like energy vampire type of energy. It's taking a lot of your personal power. Meditation, journaling, grounding is going to be really important. And I know that grounding is like the go out, touch the tree thing, and that's very true. You do want to energize your body, or that's not the right word, recharge your body that way. That's very true. Um, and that's very helpful. But you also want to, like, when the spirit gives you a message and you learn something and you're like, oh, this is why that's happening. This is what I need to do. Like, when spirit shows you guidance or like clears a path for you, you want to start using that information in your everyday life. And when that happens, it allows you to like store your power and build your power and your energy, that type of thing. So there's definitely something I see coming, but I'm not supposed to look. So there's definitely something that you went through that has taken a lot of personal power. Again, it could be a belief system, it could be like people pleasing, taking care of others, whatever it is. And you really need to look at your cup and understand that you could be getting to a point of depletion. Miss L, welcome. You could be getting to a point of you're running out. And so you need to really focus on pouring into your own cup to the point that it's overflowing so that when you are giving to others, it's not like taking from you or taking your personal power, right? Right. I am gonna pull, I know, one card in my butt, full of power of love. Kindness. Be kind to yourself. You're a humanitarian made of love, and you are able to share that energy with others. All right, I'm gonna leave that there. I hope that was helpful. I think that's it. If there's no one else, let me know in the chat. Miss L says, gonna have to rewatch. Absolutely. Replay time is always helpful. I lost my dear friend Travis suddenly on July 19th last year, and I'm grieving. I'm so sorry to hear that. Too. Texas. Hey, I will hug a tree all day if it makes the sadness go away. Do you journal? Do you journal? The idea is to, when you're grieving, you're going through a process, right? So the idea is to bring that energy, that emotion to the surface. We don't want to squash it and push it down, right? Um, we want to bring it to the surface and then we want to find a way to expel that energy out. Does that make sense? So make sure you're being kind to yourself, make sure you're replenishing yourself, and of course, hug the trees, take your shoes off, run through the grass. If you're an indoor person like me, I like to sit at my desk and I'll envision those tree roots. You know what I'm talking about? Like going down to the middle of the earth and coming back up and attaching it to the bottom of my feet. It makes me feel really centered and grounded. That's very helpful as well. But again, for me, grounding in 2025, Spirit taught me was all about um, absolutely divine timing, was all about using what he had been teaching me, right? So it's like Spirit's giving me all this information, and it's not just for me to keep in my mind and think about, it's for me to actually put into play in my everyday life, right? All right, Divine Timing says would like to close it out with a general guidance. A general guidance. I'm gonna stick to the plan here because I really liked how that worked out. So I'm gonna pull an energy oracle. Sending you much love, Melissa. All right. Divine Timing. Thank you. All right, cards on the screen. Yes. All right. I'm going to do general guidance. I'm going to pull one card from the Energy Oracle. Yes, guys, please hit that like button for me. Share, all that good stuff. It's definitely very helpful. We are starting a new month, so it's always exciting to build it up as quickly as I can so I don't panic at the end of the month. All right. Mind timing, a general guidance message. Ooh, the deceit card comes back out. Bottom of the deck, broken heart. What are you lying to yourself about? Something could have you upset and you could be like ignoring it. That is not going to be allowed. So for those of you that are like single or you don't have like, um, not everybody's journey is the same, and not everybody that's on a twin flame journey it had a counterpart that awakened. Okay, so everybody's journey is different. We all experience it different way. It does all go back to our heart chakra, right? And our heart space that is the activation, the awakening that we're experiencing. Um, but something could have you feeling a little like victim consciousness. Like, why me? Like, um, it's not fair. Um, I don't think it's causing the broken heart. I think you feel that it's not helping. It could have something to do with time, how long something is taking. But the deceit card is going to be the bridging energy. So that's the message. Something's being brought to the surface, something's being shown to you, so you can't hide from it anymore. You're not able to lie to yourself about it anymore. So that's what I was going to say earlier. In the collective, it was more about like not being able to bring people that like aren't aligned to your journey, to your purpose, like where you're at in your ascension process. Like you can't, we're not allowed to turn around anymore and pick somebody up and like bring them with us anymore. Like that's just not allowed. It's like we have to meet now. It has to be equal. It has to be um, ascension. I mean, I don't know. So it's for you. I don't think it's a person. I don't see like a person like I do with most people, where it's like you're trying to drag this person with you. I don't think that you're trying to drag anybody with you. I think for you, there could be some heartache or some woe me feeling. Um, Something that I just burped, sorry. Something that you feel is like not fair, not right. It's taking too long. Um, I don't know. It's like it's being shown to you. It's being brought up. It's you can't bury it anymore. You're not going to be able to hide it anymore. That's what I was going to say. Um, with other people, like trying to bring people with you that aren't at that level and it's not allowed. This is like a belief system, like something that you thought, like, oh, I guess I'm just going to be single forever. and I'm just going to be experiencing this heart pain. And I'm just going to, like, this is just the way it is type of thing because it's been this way for so long. Something about that. Like, and remember, we're looking at the whole month of February. So the whole month of February could be giving you this opportunity to realize like the importance of why this took so long. And it could be also showing you something. Like the curtains being moved on the deceit card doesn't mean that like someone's necessarily lying to you. It could be that you're lying to yourself. Like you're telling yourself there's no one out there for me, right? Something like that. And the curtains can be moved to show you that you've done this healing work, you've went through this ascension process, and there is someone out there to match you or meet you. It's more positive energy, and it's like you are a little bit of like disbelief. Disbelief. You have to detach yourself from the disbelief. All right, it says you are releasing old patterns or ideas that no longer serve your highest ideals of love. Absolutely perfect, right? All right, I hope that was helpful. Divine timing. All right, guys, I think that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for coming in here and hanging out with me. I appreciate you guys so very, very much. Thursday night, we'll be back with all 12 signs. Remember, we're a week ahead. So we've already done the week of February 1st through the 7th. If you're looking for that information or those readings, you can find them over on my YouTube channel under the live tab. So next week, Thursday, I'm looking at next week, which is going to be the 8th through the 14th. So that does include Valentine's Day, guys. If you come in, watch me live, bring a couple of waters, right? Get comfortable because they definitely can be lengthy lives. I think last one was what, 2.5 hours when I didn't rush, I didn't pressure spirit to hurry up. Um, so probably something like that again. If you're not able to watch the live, no worries. You can always check the timestamps in the description box, which you can do for the ones that we posted last week. So if you're interested in this week and what's happening, or you just want to check my accuracy, you can watch those videos over on my YouTube channel under the live tab, and they do already have the timestamps in them. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it all up. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss L. Thank you, all the ladies who participated, everyone who came in. Tim, thank you. Divine Timing, thank you. Sherry, thank you, everyone. I will see everyone Thursday night, and I am always, always sending all of you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.